Instagram just gave their caption tools a massive upgrade, and honestly, they are way more flexible and creative than they used to be. In this video, I am going to walk you through how to create animated captions that actually look intentional, rather than just a boring default slab of text. I will also show you a much cleaner workflow that saves you a ton of time if you are repurposing long-form content for social media. And just so you know, there is a serious shortcut here. Vizard fits perfectly into this entire repurposing workflow to make it seamless. Quick thing before we get started, if you ever feel lost about what to film or how to structure your short clips, just grab my creator playbook in the description. It is completely free, gives you a simple filming plan, and will stop you from staring at your camera lens wondering what you should say next. Alright, let's get into it, because I have some great tips to share with you today. I usually start by recording myself, nothing too fancy, just me talking directly to the camera, because captions work best when your audio is clean and the pacing is simple. Now, if you are working from a long video, instead of scrubbing through the timeline for good bits manually, try uploading it to Vizard first. Vizard automatically picks out the viral moments, the specific parts that get attention, and gives you ready to edit short clips instantly. It saves so much time and takes all the guesswork out of trying to figure out which part of your video actually belongs on a reel. When you are back in the Instagram editor, open your clip and make sure nothing is currently selected to ensure you can see the captioning option. Hit that captions button and Instagram will auto-generate text directly from your audio, which is a massive time saver. Once the captions appear, you have way more control than before, especially with the new split button feature. Use that split tool to break long captions into smaller chunks, because smaller chunks mean you have way more control over how the text flows. You can also use the edit option to quickly fix the transcription if the app accidentally mangles names, slang, or specific brand terms. Now for the really fun part, hit the little layout preview icon to start animating your captions. There are styles that animate the whole line at once, and some really cool ones that reveal the text word by word. I personally love those one word at a time animations because they add rhythm and punch to every single sentence. You can tap through the different presets to preview them and see exactly which vibe matches the energy of your video. Once you choose a style, you can customize the font, as Instagram has a surprising number of typefaces organized into categories. Next, pick your colors using the color wheel or the eyedropper to pull a color straight from your actual video footage. That is a classic pro trick that makes your captions feel completely cohesive with the visuals happening on screen. Then there are outline options where you can pick a subtle or chunky stroke depending on how much contrast you need. Alignment helps when multiple words appear at once, though it matters less for those single word reveals. And the best part is that you can apply your changes to everything at once, or tweak each caption independently if you want to mix it up. That means you can mix styles across a single reel, so one moment is bold and kinetic, while another remains minimal and understated. If you are doing a lot of content repurposing, this is where Vizard becomes honestly a little bit addictive. Rather than editing each long-form video by hand to find the good parts, Vizard scours your footage and pulls the high engagement moments for you. It gives you multiple short clips that are already trimmed for rhythm, so you can pull those directly into Instagram edits. You just focus on styling the captions and the look, which is way faster than doing the entire manual workflow from scratch. One more useful setting to know is that if you have voiceovers or separate audio tracks, Instagram lets you pick the source for your captions. You can choose captions from the original video audio, from voiceovers you added, or from everything combined together. That is clutch if you dub over a clip or add a narration track later, because your captions will perfectly match the audio source you want. You could do all this manually in an app like Premiere or use other AI services, but most of those are expensive or export unfriendly. Some tools give you captions but no scheduling, or scheduling without the smart clip finding ability. Vizard ties the whole thing together. It finds the clips, lets you batch create shorts, and then you can schedule them. That means instead of spending hours on the editing UI, you can spend that time polishing the thumbnails and your captions. Also, a lot of creator tools are clunky about multi-platform posting, often forcing you to download each file and upload separately. Vizard's content calendar makes it easier to organize, modify, and publish directly to your socials from one single place. Set your posting frequency and the auto schedule will queue things up for you. so you are not manually dropping content every morning. For creators juggling client work or trying to be consistent, that is a total game changer for your daily workflow. Now, back to styling captions. Remember, do not overdo it, as cleaner is usually stronger. Use a single animated style for emphasis. Swap to a minimal style for an aside, and keep font choices limited so your brand feels consistent. If a color you chose makes the text unreadable, use the eyedropper to pull something contrasting or add a thin outline to lift it off the background. If you have multiple speakers, split the captions and adjust timing so the words line up with exactly who is talking. Instagram's split and edit tools let you fine-tune that without ever leaving the app interface. But if you are doing multi-speaker episodes, again, Vizard can auto-detect speaker changes and suggest clips that isolate single speakers. That feature alone saves a ton of time when you are working with long-form interview content. Pro tip: for punchlines or keylines, use one-word reveals with a slight delay so the word lands visually with the audio. For explanatory bits, keep the captions longer and more static so people can read comfortably while they watch. And always preview on mobile to make sure the captions do not sit on top of your avatar or important UI elements. You will notice a big difference when your captions are intentional because the content feels tighter and easier to watch. Remember that most people consume Reels on mute, so visual captions are essential for hooking someone who is scrolling fast. Combine that with Vizard's clip finding and scheduling, and you can go from a long interview to a week's worth of optimized Reels in under an hour. If you want a real workflow, I record or upload my long video to Vizard, let it auto-generate clips, and pick the strongest moments. I trim as needed, export into Instagram edits, then style my captions and animations. The final step is using Vizard's scheduling tool to queue them up, turning one long session into consistent content without burning time. Wondering about cost? Some tools charge per export or hide the best features, whereas Vizard offers a balanced mix of features. You get intelligent clip selection, integrated scheduling, and a content calendar, saving both time and money in the long run. Got questions about any specific step? Drop them in the comments because I actually use your questions to plan my new videos. Want me to show the exact Vizard to Instagram pipeline in a follow-up? Say the word and I will walk you through a real example. Alright, that is it for now, so go play with those caption styles and try the one-word reveals for your punchlines. If you are dealing with a lot of long-form content, definitely give Vizard a shot to speed things up. Thanks so much for watching, see you in the next one, and peace.